is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be talking about the out of position 2K23 pack odds. Now, it's kind of weird, and so I kind of want to make a side note. These numbers are not going to be exact, and the reason is just because of the additions of the Bracket Busters set. Like, the Bracket Busters, all pink diamonds are above, kind of threw this thing off. I will say, though, I know Pink Diamond Ben McLemore was pulled about as much as anybody else today. So just kind of keep that in mind as we go through this. Again, these aren't exact, but these are the exact numbers as far as who pulled what and exactly how they pulled again, or who they pulled again. The percentages might be a little off here and there, but it should be a pretty solid in general. Now, the reason I do these is, hey, look, if I can save one person from opening packs, that's my goal, okay? Opening packs are absolutely horrible in value. And again, I hope none of you guys open packs today because, again, the value of them is absolutely just outlandish. And hashtag pack strike, yes, do not open packs today. It is what it is. So our total sample size today, guys, is 830 total packs. Now, you guys might be like, Ty, that number is down from recent weeks. And the reason it is, well, a couple of reasons. Number one, I want to watch the NCAA tournament today. So yeah, I kind of wanted just to get the numbers and move forward. But again, still a good sample size, right? 830 packs. You guys don't even want to know how much it would cost to open all of those 830 packs. Like, that is a decent sample size at that. Again, not quite the normal sample size, but it still is pretty decent. Now, the Opal and Dark Matter pulls, we saw 83 total Opal and Dark Matter pulls in the out of position set solely. So again, if somebody happened to pull like Grant Hill, Greg Oden, that's not really going to be included in these specific odds. But out of the 83 total Opals and Dark Matters, we saw that 77 of them were Galaxy Opals and 6 of them were Dark Matters. So out of every pack, you have a basically 9% chance to pull a Galaxy Opal and a 6% or 6 total Dark Matters, which basically means a 0.7% chance to pull a Dark Matter. So a less than 1% chance. Now, I've seen on Twitter and other places recently where people are basically saying that there's a 2% chance to pull a Dark Matter, and that bugs me because there's not a 2% chance to pull a Dark Matter, not even close. Your chances of pulling a Dark Matter are less than 1%, and I want to make that very clear. Like, the less than 2% chances, it just really makes me mad because there's no truth to that at all. And again, it just is really upsetting to me, as you know, a lot of people use that as kind of a rule of thumb of, oh, you got at least a 2% chance. No, not even close. But the ratio of Opals to Dark Matters is 13-1. Again, a pretty rough number to look at. I'm just going to be super honest with you guys. That is a really rough number to look at when it comes down to it, because you are 13 times more likely to pull a Galaxy Opal than a Dark Matter, and that's just not the way it should be. But here's what we looked at in the Opal pulls, and I said it last night in my video, and I hope you guys listened, okay? Again, if you guys didn't want to listen, that's up to you. But once I saw that Aaron Gordon was coming out on impacts, I told you guys that this is what it's going to be. Aaron Gordon is going to be by far and away the most pulled Galaxy Opal. And the problem with that is Aaron Gordon's the worst, okay? And the worst Galaxy Opal there is. And I kind of knew it was coming. So, I mean, I can't even sit here and say I'm surprised. Although I wish I would have been wrong. But Aaron Gordon was pulled 41 times. And out of every pack, so if you were to open a random pack today, guys, you'd have about a 5% chance to see Aaron Gordon out of him. Now, the problem is Aaron Gordon doesn't sell for much and his value is only going to decrease. Now, Scottie Barnes, you have a little bit better, right? There's 17 total Scottie Barnes is pulled in the sample size, and you have about a 2% chance out of every pack, according to my study here, to pull Scottie Barnes. Now, moving forward to Draymond Green, there were 11 total Draymond Greens pulled, which is a 1.3% chance. Those numbers are kind of weird because at least a while ago, Scottie Barnes' price was way more expensive than Draymond Green. So that was kind of an interesting thing that I did want to point out. Now for Sengun, there were only 8 Senguns pulled, which basically means you had a 1% chance to pull Sengun. Now, right now at the time I'm recording this, Sengun is 430,000 MT, which is kind of crazy to look at. Like, he is really expensive. Scottie Barnes is like 140,000 MT again, which is just kind of crazy to think about. I do expect Draymond's price to stay decently high, but again, these numbers aren't exact. But the problem with it is, if you pull a Galaxy Opal, you are 53 times more likely to pull Aaron Gordon than all of the other Galaxy Opals combined. And that is a problem. Like, that's a massive, massive problem. You shouldn't be basically guaranteed an Aaron Gordon pack. That's not what these packs are for. They're not Aaron Gordon packs. But that's basically what they are. And I do have a little bit of a problem with that in general, because that is not how it should be. That, you know, it just doesn't it just makes me mad, because that's, again, not how these should be in general. Now, as far as dark matter pulls, let's talk about it, okay? We saw an even split between Jimmy Butler and Bill Russell. Now, is that me saying that, you know, the percentages are the exact same to pull them? I guess so, right? And I would guess they're about the same, because both of these are really solid dark matters. Now, am I saying that these dark matters are absolutely incredible and that they're must pickups, anything like that? No, but they're both really solid dark matters, and if you pulled either one of them, you probably saw a decent amount of MT. The problem is, that is 1 out of every 143 packs that you open up, you're going to get a dark matter. That's a big problem, right? You'd have to open 143 packs on average to pull a dark matter. Now, that is the exact same that it was last week, but that is absolutely horrible. And on average, it takes around $300 to pull a dark matter. That is horrible, man. That makes me absolutely sick. That if you don't pull a dark matter, you don't pull Sengun, or you don't pull Tacko, who we're going to talk about here in a sec, you're basically throwing your money down the drain. And again, that just makes me absolutely sick to my stomach to know a lot of people did exactly that today. Basically just threw their money away. Thankfully, I haven't, you know, spent money on packs, and I'm not really one to do that, but I just know a lot of people do, and it just, these pack odds, you guys that do spend money in the game deserve more, okay? That's the reason that I make these videos. Again, I probably wouldn't spend money on packs either way, but a lot of you guys who do, you guys deserve more. Now, let's talk about Tacko, because different today than other weeks is Tacko, right? Because out of every pack, you have a chance to pull a pink diamond that right now, at the time I'm recording this, again, for Tacko Fall, at the time I'm recording this, is 300,000 MT. Now, I don't know why the auction house is so high right now. And when I say it's high, I hope you know I mean it. Like, the auction house right now is really, really expensive. So take that into consideration. It's probably going to drop down eventually, but it is really, really high right now. But for Tacko Fall, you have less than a 1% chance out of every single pack to pull Tacko, okay? So only 6 total Tackos were pulled. That, again, horrible odds. I'm not trying to sit here and say anything crazy, but you have horrible odds to pull Tacko. Like, Tacko is more pulled than Jimmy. He's more pulled than, obviously, Bill Russell. But after those two guys, Tacko is the next rarest, and that is horrible. That makes me really, really, really sick. Because, look, I mean, Tacko is good, but the fact that he is that rare to pull is sickening. And again, you guys are going to have to, the odds of pulling Tacko is about the same as pulling a dark matter, about 1 out of 143. Again, this is just a rough estimate, and that's about, you know, $300 to solely pack Tacko Fall, which just makes you sick to your stomach. A pink diamond you have to spend $300 for, just makes me sick. Now let's talk about the opal to dark matter ratio, and it's 13 to 1. Honestly, guys, I don't even think that the odds of pulling a Galaxy Opal are that bad, right? 10% to pull a Galaxy Opal. I think it's like 40% chance to pull a pink diamond. I don't even think those are that bad. But it says less than 2% on 2K, but let's be honest with ourselves. You have a less than a 1% chance to pull a dark matter. That's where the problem lies, 2K. I mean, I don't think anybody's really going to disagree with me. That's the big issue. Nobody's going to say today that the big issue was, you know, the pink diamond outside of Tacko or a Galaxy Opal pull. The issue is that you have a less than a 1% chance to pull a dark matter. That is a big issue that people are upset about. And again, you guys can see it's much closer to 1%, probably lower than 1%. Than that less than 2% that 2K says. And the other issue I have a problem with it is the opals odds they're not balanced at all. So let's not even talk about how so many people were pulling Ben McLemore, Jay Williams today. But I want to talk about how the opal odds, they're just not balanced. Like we saw it. Everybody is pulling Aaron Gordon today instead of pulling, you know, Scottie Barnes, instead of pulling Draymond Green, you know, cards you would rather pull. So, I mean, we saw it today. Aaron Gordon was by far the most pulled. And I think that's bad. And again, every week we see it. You know, there's going to be a bad Galaxy Opal that everybody is going to pull. And I absolutely hate that for the MyTeam community. So, some fun facts today. Well, maybe not so fun facts. On average, it takes 143 packs to pull a Dark Matter. 143 packs to pull a Dark Matter. That's a sickening stat. Absolutely sickening. Less than a 1% chance out of every pack for you guys to see a Dark Matter. And also, you are 14 times more likely to pull Aaron Gordon than Jimmy Butler. And I know that might not make a lot of you guys sick. It makes me sick. 14 times more likely to pull Aaron Gordon than one of the 2 Dark Matters in this set. And it's the same way with the other one. It's not just Jimmy Butler. You are 14 times more likely to pull Aaron Gordon then I said Jimmy Butler on both, but I meant to say Bill Russell because it's both, right? For both Jimmy Butler and Bill Russell, you are 14 times more likely to pull Aaron Gordon. Absolute sickening. And the last not so fun fact here is you are 13 times more likely to pull a random Galaxy Opal than Tacko Fall. A just random Galaxy Opal, you are 14 times more likely to pull that than a Tacko Fall. So if you got Tacko today, guys, count yourself lucky because he is a really, really tough guy to pull in my team. So, I mean, I hope you guys follow through with the pack strike, man, because these pack odds were absolutely horrible in my team. And maybe some of the worst that we have seen in quite some time. So again, pack odds still haven't improved. And until they do, guys, I pray you guys continue to save your money. That's going to wrap it up for our video, guys. Drop a like on it. Subscribe if you aren't doing that. As always, man, I love you guys. And have a blessed day.